This is section 2.3, part 4, where we're going to graph horizontal and vertical lines. So when you're graphing horizontal and vertical lines, you are always going to see an equation that has only one variable in it. It's either going to be an x or a y. You won't have both. Alright, so horizontal lines is where we'll start. Horizontal lines go from left to right. Alright, they're flat. Alright, so if they're flat, we know they have a slope of 0, so m is going to equal 0. So all horizontal lines, since they're going from left to right, they're going to have some y value. Alright, so you're going to have an equation that's going to be y equals and then a value. So we've got y equals -3, the most basic type of equation. Alright, for the horizontal lines. So all you're going to do is on the axis of the variable that you see, so we see that there's a y variable, so I'm going to plot a point on my y-axis, and I'm going to plot it at -3. So -1, -2, -3. And then I'm going to draw a horizontal line that passes through that point. And your horizontal line will always be parallel to your x-axis. And this is y equals -3. And you're done. Second problem, we've got y minus 2 equals 0. So still just one variable, but now we've got two constants. We've got -2 and 0. So we want to combine our constants, combine our like terms. So I want to solve this equation for y. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides. So the 2's here cancel, and I get y equals 0 plus 2 is 2. So now I've got variable on one side, constant on the other. So I see y equals 2. So I've got a y, so I'm going to plot on my y-axis at 2. So there's my point on the y-axis at y equals 2. And then draw a horizontal line. It's going to be parallel to the x-axis right through, oops, that was a little low, right through y equals 2. It's a little better. So here we have y equals 2. And we're done. So now we're going to move down to vertical lines. So if horizontal lines always went left to right, vertical lines are going to go up and down. And instead of having a variable of y, they're going to have a variable of x. So if horizontal lines had a slope of 0, vertical lines will have a slope which is undefined. Any lines are going straight up and down, so it's undefined. So the first equation here, we see single variable x equals 5. So I'm going to take that variable, look at that axis, the x-axis, and I'm going to plot a point at the value of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plot a point here, and I want to draw a line that's vertical. It's going to be parallel to the y-axis this time, and it's going to pass through the point x equals 5. And lastly, we have the equation x plus 3 equals 0. So again, single variable, but two constants. So I'm going to want to combine my like terms. So I'm going to move the 3 to the other side. 3's cancel, and I get x equals -3. Single variable x, so I'm going to plot a point on the x-axis at -3. So -1, -2, -3. Vertical line passing through -3. Alright, so it's parallel to the y-axis. So I've got x equals -3. And that's graphing horizontal and vertical lines.